The Southeast Model African Union Conference being held here is really, really important to me because of our status as an HBCU, our relationship to trying to do study abroad on the continent and every other continent. And I think our students should be exposed to the differences in continent and in people, and to also move beyond what they think happens with Africa. So I don't know that much about the conference, but from what I understand, different countries will be represented, and they will work with the GDP, what they produce, what their status, what the government is. And so they have an opportunity to know something about somewhere other than the United States. I asked that question of my students all today, and none of them had a notion about what Africa is and what Africa represents for the world. So that's basically why I'm here and excited to be here.
Albany State University is privileged to be hosting the 25th Southeast Model African Union Conference this year. This conference has come a long way. It started in 1997 at Middle Georgia State College, now Middle Georgia State University. And within these 25 years, we've not had any opportunity to host this conference, so we are really excited to be hosting it. And what is this conference about? It is about students going through experiential learning experience where they simulate the activities of African Union's heads of state as they do in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. So where they debate issues pertaining to Africa. So here we have about 5 committees debating issues to do with economic issues, social matters issues, democracy and human rights, and all other committees. So once they finish debating, they come up with resolutions, and on the last day, which is a Saturday, the Executive Council will all sit together and review each resolution that has been passed by each of the committees and either approve or disapprove it. All the resolutions that are approved will then eventually be forwarded to Addis Ababa, where we have the state heads of state debating issues, and they get to look at it. So with this kind of activity, students actually get to experience and participate and engage in actual discussion about African issues, and they get to also hone their diplomatic skills, communication skills, and of course they get to relate with one another and see how issues dealing with Africa are discussed.
Yeah, I think that it's just really important to tackle the African political issues, take them seriously and really dive into them. I think that a lot of times they get pushed to the side when other geopolitical issues come up. A lot more time is focused on things like the war in Ukraine, but there's a lot happening on the continent that's really important.
Yeah, as an international affairs student, this is a great opportunity not only to learn and to get involved in geopolitics and understand what's going on a different continent, but it's also a great opportunity to network and meet people that have the same interests and have the same, not necessarily background, but the same passion for what we're doing.
And this also expands their global skills, their knowledge of Africa and what goes on there. And so that's the ultimate goal of this. So these students will eventually become maybe diplomats, or even if they don't become diplomats, but they are armed with these skills that will guide them, as they become global citizens in any field that they find themselves. So that's what we are doing.
The Southeast Model African Union Conference is extremely important to ASU because it hallmarks an opportunity for our institution to have visitors from other USG institutions to come here to do research on the policies that affect the continent of Africa, particularly the 55 countries that make up the African Union. One of the other great benefits of this particular conference is not only do our students conduct research, but they also have the opportunity to look at policy. And when we talk about looking at policy, they be able to advocate for policy as well as analyze policy. So again, that research component is extremely important to us. And third, I would like to mention to you that part of the strategic goals for Albany State University is on experiential learning. So this is a wonderful opportunity for our students to engage in experiential learning by participating as a delegate representing different countries of the African Union. And so we think this just speaks volume to the work that the students have done across USG institutions, the work that we have done collaboratively here on this campus to make this particular conference a success, and also to celebrate the 25th year or the 25th anniversary of our Southeast Model African Union.